Question 2. Which statement gives the numerical value of the Avogadro's constant? A. The number of moles, 12 grams of carbon 12. Well, 12 grams of carbon 12 actually give us 1 mole, and that equals to 6.023 times 10 to the power 23 atoms of carbon. But this says moles, so the S here is the problem. So it's not moles, it's actually 1 mole. So A is not correct. B. The number of electrons lost by 20.05 grams of calcium when it reacts with oxygen. Okay, so when calcium reacts with oxygen, it's losing 2 electrons. This is calcium, 1 mole of calcium, and that's 1 mole of calcium is 40.1. And when it reacts with oxygen, it will lose 2 electrons. So calcium is being oxidized. We're looking for 20.05 grams of calcium. So if you divide all this one by 2, 0.5 mole of calcium, because 0.5 times 40.1 is 20.05 grams, and that will give us 1 mole of electrons. So this is actually correct because this is the number of electrons lost. 6.023 times 10 to the power 23 electrons lost, because it's 1 mole of electron. So this is correct. C. The number of molecules in 16 grams of oxygen. Well, for 16 grams of oxygen, well, O2 is 1 mole, and that's 32 grams, which is 6.023 times 10 to the power 23 O2s. And that gives, if you add them together, all these 32 grams when you weigh them. And if we're looking for 16 grams, it's going to be half a mole. So that's not correct, because that won't be 1 mole. 16 grams of oxygen is not 1 mole. When we say oxygen, we mean oxygen gas, by the way. D. The number of atoms in 1 mole of chlorine molecules. For chlorine molecules, we have 1 mole, and that is equal to 6.023 times 10 to the power 23 of chlorine gas. Chlorine molecule is a chlorine gas. And how many atoms are there of chlorine? That would be 2 times 6.023 times 10 to the power 23, because there are 2 of chlorine in 1 chlorine molecule gas. And that is the number of atoms of chlorine, because it's asking for number of atoms. So that means it's 2 mole of chlorine atoms in 1 mole of chlorine gas. So that is not Avogadro's, that's twice the Avogadro's. So it won't be D, it will not be C. The answer is B.